I always do like to make sure I have a few things turned on. So number one is my label colors, which you remember from week one we talked a lot about. And I like to have my labels set up by now on how I'm going to use them. So whether you're going to use them like a to-do list, or whether you're going to use them like a point of view reference for your characters, or whatever, and assign them, set those up, assign them over here, know your colors, and then turn on the colors of where you want that to be. Some is going to be distracting and some is going to be useful. So if you remember, the view menu is where we change the way things view. Okay, that's a little tip for you there. And we choose where we're going to use our label color. So in the writing stage, I like to use just my label color pretty much in maybe icons or maybe none at all. So for right now, I'm just going to say none at all over here because we're going to do like a point of view. That's how we're using our labels today, is by point of view. The other thing that I always want to make sure I turn on usually in this stage is the progress stamps, especially if you're using them like progress stamps, okay? And I like to have the label colors along the edge. So that is the one I do turn on, and I will show keyword colors. I will keep those on as well. So again, that's in the view menu under corkboard options. If you're going to be referring back to the corkboard a little bit frequently, that is one of my favorite views, and so that's why I like to keep those on there. So that's what you're seeing in here. In this corkboard view, you're seeing the index cards, you're seeing the label color along the left edge, you're seeing the status or progress stamps kind of faded out along this card. So I like to make sure those are set up. And again, if you wanted to use that new view, you could switch over here down to the bottom and you could use this new timeline-like view, and you can switch horizontal lines or vertical lines just like that. Just a quick little refresher there. I'm just going to go back to the normal corkboard view. So from there, then I feel like I'm ready to go. Now, I might go ahead and jump over to outline view because that's where I usually sort by where I need to go next. So I like the outline view because you can sort by these top headers, specifically your progress. So for instance, if I'm using the status stamps or the progress labels, again, I can come down here and set those up. So let me just come down here to edit and show you what I usually do. It comes with the default ones like, you know, first draft, revised draft, and so on. I change it up a little bit. So I like to add a number in front of mine. In fact, I'm pretty sure you can, let's see, just reorganize these a little bit. I think you can drag the order in here. Yeah, kind of like that. So I just realized I don't have a 2. I just skipped right to 3, but that's all right. So we'll just keep going with this for now. So I have 1 rough draft. Normally I would have 2, but we'll just say 3, still needs work, hate it, rewrite it, and finished. And sometimes I'll use this nifty little you left off here if I'm really deep in the weeds and I just want to know when I come back into my project, hey, where did I leave off? I can just label it or mark it my progress by using this one. Okay, and again, that's what's fun about this, you know, just make these your own. Like, they don't have to be all professional. Use your own language, whatever you want. I've got a buddy of mine who says the first version of my work is usually crap. It just is. And so that's what he makes his label in here. And so it just kind of makes me giggle to picture crap written across the index card there. But, you know, whatever makes it lighthearted and fun for you. So that's just how I have it set up. So then when I sort by progress over here, I can simply sort it like this. I've got my 1s, and then normally it would say, that's going to drive me crazy. For somebody OCD like me that I don't have 2s in here, it's going to be tough to ignore. But anyway, we'll keep going. So rough draft, then I've got still needs work, hate it, rewrite it, and finished. So we're going to talk about revising a little bit later. So we're going to come like full circle. We're going to start off our writing, then we're going to be as if we're in the weeds of writing, and then we're talk about what do we do when we're in our revision mode, and that's when I would come in here and usually pay attention to hate it, rewrite it. Okay, so that's when I would look at that label, and I would know that's where I need to jump in. And so that can be anywhere. So for instance, that is right here in scene 10, right? Hate it, rewrite it. So then I could jump straight into scene 10, and I know I need to rewrite this scene. And when I'm confident and I'm happy with it, well, that's when I would go ahead and change that progress. Okay, so once I'm done with it, I would come over here and say finished. Okay, so now I feel good about that. And then when I come back here now, as you notice, it is marked finished. I'd have to click the header bar again for it to sort properly, so let's go ahead and do that. I'll click it twice just to reorder. There we go. So now it's in the finished column down here. Now when I came back into Scrivener next time, well, I've got a different group, the ones that I haven't finished yet, and still in the hate it, rewrite it progress label.